SevereMMA here at BAMMA 23, Night of Champions, with the new lightweight champion of the world.
Lightweight world champion.
How does that sound?
It sounds right. That's what it sounds. Yeah, it sounds right.
You know, every time I've asked you about a performance in the past, you found reasons to sort of poke holes in it.
Yeah.
You tell me you're not looking for reasons.
Nah,
with this one.
I'm happy with this performance. I'm happy. You know, when I stepped into the cage, for some reason I just had in my mind, as soon as he steps in there, I had in my mind I'm going to finish him in a minute. That's what I said to myself, and that's exactly what I went and did. I landed a few shots, got the takedown nice and easy, took the back easy enough, and the choke was there.
Are you surprised? You can't be surprised, but fans are going to be surprised at how quickly you dealt with a guy who's, you know, you got a good record, 2-0 in Bellator, obviously had a bit of a rub of the green in some of his fights there that you didn't. I think people thought that this was going to be a tougher fight for you.
I did. Originally, all the build up to the fight, like I just said in the cage, if you'd asked me an hour ago, yeah, I thought this was going to be a very tough fight. I thought it was going to be a long, drawn out process, but for some reason when I stepped into that cage, everything felt right, and I just knew I was going to finish him. You put any of these lightweights in there and I can finish any of them, so I'm not surprised that I finished him. I'm surprised how quickly it came, but I'll finish any of them. I'll finish all of them.
See, that's the thing now. It's going to take somebody ballsy to want to come and step into the cage with you after the last 2 or 3 performances. Now, I know you take anybody, but realistically, looking at the top 3, where do you give me a couple of names where you think your next?
To be honest, I couldn't even tell you who is in the top 3. I don't know, because I mean Andre Winner was up there, but he's lost 2 on the bounce now, so it's not going to be him.
Sinclair hasn't fought.
Me and Rob are good friends. Me and Rob are good friends. He wouldn't fight me. I wouldn't fight him.
Fletcher's moved up.
Fletcher's moved up. The guys below now, you know, you've got your I can't remember the fucking guy's name. Diakese, you know, he's a stud obviously, but he's the British champion. I think he's got a fight coming up, probably against Kane Musa, who's another stud. They're up and coming guys at the British level. I want world class contenders. I'd like maybe an ex-UFC guy or someone like that. I want some world class contender who can come and push me, but when I say push me, you know, let them try.
You know, last time we caught up, you said there were a couple of fights that you'd like do-overs, fights that you didn't feel that perhaps you got to represent as well as you, especially in Bellator.
Yeah.
There's got to be a relationship between, you know, give me one of those names. If they could bring him over.
Yeah, if they can get Sadawad over,
is that who you want?
Bring him over, yeah, bring him over. Nothing against him, you know, he did his job on the night fantastically. I did mine terrible that night. But it's a totally different game now. I'm not the same fighter no more. He is, and I'll destroy him.
Jude, you heard it here. Sadawad, Stapes, is February too early for you to defend that title, or is April more realistic?
I'm not going to talk times at the moment. I've got a few injuries. I've always got injuries that I'd like to get over. You know, my wife and kids have been proper, because this fight I was supposed to fight in, I think it was about July, then September. So I've been in training camp since when was it? Since March. We've been training for this since March. You know, I've not really seen my wife and kids this year at all. You know, they've been on, and my wife has been putting up with that. So I'm going to take a little, and then I've got another trip coming up as well now. So I'm going to take a little bit of time to put a bit back into them, and then we'll talk timelines after that. You know?
Looking forward to a family Christmas then?
I am, yeah, always. I love Christmas.
One more question and then we'll let you go. BAMMA won't thank me for asking it, but this title, this isn't where you want it to stop. You know, you've had a taste. How much of your potential do you feel you're hitting now compared to, you know, 2 years ago, and how much more have we got to see from you?
To answer your first question about this isn't where I want it to stop. I mean, this title to me is as legit as any title there is in the world. Obviously, the UFC isn't the ultimate title in this game. But I believe if you put me in there tomorrow, the UFC lightweight champion, I believe I'll beat him. You know, I believe I can beat, and I can walk into the top 5 and beat any of them guys tomorrow. I'm happy with BAMMA. You know, they treat me well. They get me in the good fights. I'm happy where I am. Keep bringing me opponents. That's all I want to do. Keep bringing me world-class opponents, and I'll just keep dropping them. You know, an impressive performance. The Full Contact Performance Center is going to be proud of you. SPG seemed to be just rolling. Like with both.
Unbelievable. I know I've got other colleagues who want to speak to you, so I'll let you go. But it's a pleasure watching you perform, and you made that look too easy tonight.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well done.